At the counter wouldn't look up when I asked about the house. She wiped the same glass 3 times, then turned the radio down. There was a county map behind her with a coffee ring across the west. Someone had circled mile 43 and torn the rest away. I found the place before the railroad, past a field of rusted machinery. A porch light burned at noon, though the windows had no glass. The front door wasn't locked, the hallway smelled of cedar. On the wall, 12 photographs had all been turned around. Nothing marked the turn. Mile 43. Some things don't wanna be found. There was a chair beside the staircase with a coat still hanging there. A pocket held a brass key and a receipt from 17 years before. I heard somebody walking on the floor above my head, but when I reached the landing, there was only plaster and nails. Mile 43. Nothing marked the turn. Some things don't wanna be found. Put the key back in the pocket, left the photographs alone. By the time I reached the highway, the porch light had gone. At the diner, the woman saw me and she finally raised her eyes. She said, "You took your time getting back." I said, "I've only been gone an hour." Mile 43. Nothing marked the turn. Mile 43. Some things don't wanna be found. The radio played softly as I drove beyond the county line. And somewhere in the rear view, a porch light came alive. Put the white shirts on before the breakfast, black shoes lined beside the door. Mrs. Bell pinned flowers to her collar, like she'd done 100 times before. The church bell stopped at 9:17. Nobody asked the reason why. The preacher watched the empty steeple with a handkerchief across his eyes. Sunday clothes pressed sharp against the skin. Everybody knows the proper way to stand. Nobody knows where to begin. Tommy Reed arrived without his father, left his bicycle beside the gate. He kept looking toward the cemetery, though the service hadn't started late. Someone whispered from the second row. Someone else pretended not to hear. The organ played 3 chords and faltered. Then the whole room disappeared. Sunday clothes pressed sharp against the skin. Everybody knows the proper way to stand. Nobody knows where to begin. Afterward, they gathered near the kitchen, coffee steaming in their hands. Mrs. Bell was laughing at a story she had never told before. Tommy found his father's old coat hanging underneath the stairs. his hand inside the pocket, then stopped before he looked. Sunday clothes press sharp against the skin. Everybody knows the proper way to stand. Nobody knows where to begin. Sunday clothes hanging by the door. Somebody left without a word, and nobody asked for more. The church bells started ringing long after everyone had gone. He lived behind the courthouse, in a room above the stairs. Kept 7 brass keys in a tobacco tin and polished them with care. One opened an empty schoolhouse, one belonged to a hotel, one was stamped with a number nobody could place. I asked him what they open. He said most of them don't. Then he smiled without looking at me, as if he'd heard that question before. He kept a ledger on the table, names written in blue ink. Some were dated 40 years apart, some had never been born. He's the man who kept the keys long after changing locks. He knew which doors were finished and which ones only looked that way. On Thursday he gave me one, wrapped inside a piece of cloth. Said, "You'll know the door when you see it." I asked him where it was. He pointed toward the courthouse, then pointed toward the field. There wasn't any building there, just weeds beneath the telephone poles. the latch turned inside my apartment wall. I stood there in the hallway with my hand against the plaster. Something on the other side turned the lock before I did. He's the man who kept the keys long after changing locks. He knew which doors were finished and which ones only looked that way. I put the key beside my window, went to sleep without the light. In the morning, it was gone. At 2:15, the radio went quiet, not the usual kind of quiet. The needle held between two stations, and somebody cleared his throat. No music came behind the static, no call letters, no weather report. Just a man reciting numbers like he was reading from a door. There's a radio for the dead, somewhere between here and there. It doesn't ask you for a frequency, simply knows you're listening. He mentioned a town I had never heard of, then described the room I sat inside. Said there was a photograph behind me, though I hadn't seen it yet. I turned around and found the frame covered underneath a sheet. The picture showed an empty station where the clock stopped at 2:15. There's a radio for the dead, somewhere between here and there. It doesn't ask you for a frequency, it simply knows you're listening. taking over him. It sounded farther away. By morning there was nothing but a weather forecast and rain. The photograph was gone from the wall, the clock was run again. I asked the woman at the counter if the station had been there. She looked toward the empty highway and said, "Not in many years." There's a radio for the dead, somewhere between here and there. It doesn't ask you for a frequency, it simply knows you're listening. At 2:15 that evening, the needle moved by itself.